What's up, everyone? This is Red Dragon, worldwide and/or international, incorporated, corporation, limited liability. So I'm just out here having fun today, messing around with the cars. And I've gotten a lot of questions over the last 15 years about my intake. I built the Red Dragon 15 years ago to make the most efficient system that I'd ever seen. As far as the turbo system goes in an Acura Integra, I researched physics and thermodynamics and everything else to be able to make this over about 6 years before I started saving up piece by piece for what's in here. I remember when I bought the Garrett GT 3076 RR dual ball bearing air and water cooled turbo. Man, that one took several months to save up for. At the time, that was $1,300 or $1,400 from Garrett. I remember coming home from work, got my paycheck for that week after I'd been saving up for months, and picked up that Garrett turbo. That Garrett turbo is good for 650 horsepower, give or take. So I'm not even using the efficiency range of that turbo. But it does spool up quickly, which is why I got it. Now, after I did everything here, including the methanol injection, with premium gasoline, she put out 308 horsepower at the 7.25 tile spring from the wastegate. So 7.25 pounds of pressure from the turbo caused this setup to dyno at 308 horsepower at the wheels. And what I wanted to do was make the most efficient system that I'd ever seen. And I was highly concerned with longevity. A lot of Honda punks kind of like to build a motor, turbo a motor, and then blow it. That's the opposite of what I wanted to do. I made this 15 years ago, this Integra build. And at the time, it was the most efficient system, turboed Acura Integra, that I'd ever seen. And that's especially without cracking the motor. I haven't done anything at all to the motor, which is why, of course, it's only at 7.25 PSI. That's also why I included the methanol injection as kind of like a safety net, so I wouldn't be able to blow this motor. I haven't done any rods, bearings. I haven't done even the head gasket. This is a completely stock motor that came with the car. I went to Eugene, Oregon. I took a 3-hour drive to get to Eugene, Oregon, and bought this from the first lady owner who owned the car. And of course it didn't look like this. It was all stock. But I really wanted a one-owner car. She was like a 46-year-old lady, and I've got the stack of receipts and everything from the dealership that, as far as maintenance that she did to this car. I think I picked it up at like 128,000 miles, which is just fine for a motor like this, the V18C1. Anyway, this video here, I always get a lot of questions about my intake here. And 15 years ago, you guys know that I am always trying to think of more efficient ways to do things. So, 15 years ago, when I installed this and dyno tuned this car and had it tuned, the intake, the K&N intake was right here. It was a 3-inch intake that comes off the turbo, which is a 3-inch. And the intake was literally just shoved right here in between the frame of the car and the 3-inch turbo opening. So what I did 15 years ago was I took my headlight out and I literally sawed it in half, just with like a hacksaw or something. I can't really remember because it was so long ago. But the point of the story is that I cut my headlight in half. And then what I did was I put bondo on the side that I cut. See if I can get my picture, my phone. So I took the headlight out and then I literally sawed it in half because it's one unit. Both of these headlights are one piece of plastic. So I sawed it in half and then I put, I put a little net type deal right there. And then I put bondo over it. And that allowed for an airtight seal. I haven't changed this headlight in 15 years. Actually, it's never been changed. That is the stock headlight. So after I sawed it in half, I put bondo on this side to create an airtight seal so that no air, condensation, dirt, dust will get in here. Now I need to redo my headlights, so don't you dare judge me. No, they are the stock headlights, and I've got the headlight cleaner I've done before that really just shines these things up and makes them look new. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Cut the light in half, bondoed this side, took this side out, and then the turbo inlet, the 3-inch K&N filter was right here, which was great 15 years ago. Because the air would go in here, this 4-inch opening, and it would come back here and directly get hit by the turbo K&N air filter, which is great that the air just goes through there and is directly hit by the intake. I didn't like a little bit of heat soak right there. I mean, you guys know I'm obsessed with making everything efficient. I mean, shoot, obviously. But I've always been fascinated with a cold air intake system with a turbo. And that was my ultimate goal. So 15 years after I made the car and cut my headlight in half, I finally finished my air intake project. This was the goal the whole time. It just took me 15 years to do. I've never seen this before, but I just thought it was an amazing idea. Cold air into the turbo. The turbo compresses air, which is going to make the air extremely hot, like really, really hot, which is why we have the intercooler, and which is why I have the methanol pump system. So what I've got here, what I finished off, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, was I just got a 3-inch coupler, I don't even know, and a couple coupler brackets, and then I got a 90-degree bend, and then another coupler, and some more brackets. Then I got another mandrel bend, 3-inch 90-degree bend, which is what this is, the 3-inch 90-degree mandrel bend. And then another coupler with the brackets. And then I really wanted to do this, so I did. Another coupler, and then I've got a 4-inch reducer to a 3-inch reducer. So this K&N air filter is much bigger than I would have been able to fit right here. And it's a 4-inch instead of a 3-inch. So at high velocity, the air is going to come in here, and the cold air is going to come in here. It is an only cold air system. The heat soak can begin in here, but the air itself is actually always going to be cold from out here. It'll suck up 4 inches of air and then compress down to 3 inches of air and continue to the 3-inch inlet to the turbo. I've designed this car to not have any restrictions. It does not have a catalytic converter. Every single thing is 3-inch mandrel bent. From the 3-inch intercooler piping to the 3-inch throttle body to the 3-inch air intake plenum, to the 3-inch downpipe, to the 3-inch turbo, to the 3-inch intercooler, to the 3-inch intercooler, to the turbo exit, where, like I said before, the downpipe is 3-inch. And then it connects to the thermal research exhaust and is 3-inch mandrel bent all the way back. So there are no constrictions here. Everything is 3-inch, including this cold air intake. But in fact, I was even able to make it a 4-inch. So I hope that explains a couple things, why this looks weird. Why we've kind of never seen a car look like this before. And why in the heck would Red Dragon make something like that? Well, to increase efficiency, to increase horsepower, to increase reliability, drivability, to increase gas mileage, everything. So over here at Red Dragon, I'm all about efficiency. I hope you guys like and subscribe to my channel if you like to make things more efficient and make things better.